Surrounded by the lush forests and rolling hills of central Massachusetts, the Quabbin Reservoir provides a refuge for both wildlife and anglers alike. On this trip, I was fortunate to be joining local legend Dave Turtleman Riley, a man whose love of fishing the Quabbin has been an anchor in the trials of life.
One of my favorite things about this place being it's so big and so many people come in the parking lot, yet you can come out here and still be alone because you got no houses, no docks.
Today though, you know, they said 7 miles an hour this morning. I think it's all of 15 when we got here.
Yes.
Heading towards 20. But it's going to keep the pressure off the lake today.
Off the lake and off the fish, yeah.
And off the fish. Now, is this a causeway we kind of came in right here? Is that a road right there?
No, this is one of the old Quabbin roads now. That's
okay.
a small baffle dam between the regulating pond, which is on the other side, which you can actually fish, but it's only a couple of 100 acres.
Yeah.
And it's full of small largemouth. But that's a baffle dam. There's another baffle dam back there, but directly in front of us, with that tree being about this, well, I guess to the left, is where that foundation is. Now, I believe that this would be one of the last houses flooded by the Quabbin back in 1940 or 48 or whatever they came.
So we're here.
Yeah, it's super shallow, so we can't really get the boat up in here, but it's actually a yard, somebody's yard, and the house was there.
So there's a little foundation in here.
Yeah, and as we go out, there's a bunch of things. Mostly we see walls.
Like logs down and or stone walls?
Yeah, it's mostly stone walls and sometimes the old red brick. You can find some old red brick out here and stuff. They took everything that was wood was demolished, razed, gone.
Right,
so the only thing left was concrete structures. So all of these coves, the fish are either in them or they're not. So,
you know what I'd say what we do is we cast these things and we keep moving.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Sounds good.
It's early May and our target is largemouth and smallmouth bass. The Quabbin has a large population of bass, and right now they're preparing their beds for the springtime spawn.
See a nice clear spot up there, maybe a largemouth nest.
I'm looking at that, right inside there. To the left of that?
Yeah. The largemouth will start to spawn too now. So. In fact, I was here 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, and in the back of one of these coves, 56-degree water, there was a largemouth on a nest.
Saw a nice fish right there. Go ahead and throw it out.
Now that happens quite a bit, right? You see one swim by like that? Yeah, sometimes if they see you, it's a little too late.
Yeah. I was trying to see if that was a beaver that brought this thing down.
Maybe we'll...
You see how it's all chewed a little bit there?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of, like, on the right days, you can see so many different things. This is the only place I've ever seen a bobcat. I've seen a bobcat out here, on shore. I still, to this day, haven't seen a bear, and I know they're all over the place, but...
the eagles are everywhere now.
We do have quite a bit of eagles, and I'm sure at some point we'll see one.
We'll see one.
Calling buddies to get in here if they got a school of perch or something in here that they needed some help with.
Definitely looking in the water at bait.
Yeah, he's onto something there.
His head just keeps...
He's onto something there. I think he's trying to get some backup.
Right. You can have these days like this and all of a sudden it just, like from 2 hours, turns on. You know, and you're like, what changed? You know what I mean?
Very true. That's typical of this body of water. Where I've been out here and fished for, 8.5 hours. In the last half hour, I catch 7 fish.
Yeah.
And it's like, what was I doing out here all day? But knowing that can happen, knowing that can happen is what keeps me from going, let's just go in.
Yeah, right, exactly right.
One more cove, one more set of stumps, and you run into them and you're like, yes, salvaged an entire day in one spot, I'm tight. There it is.
There it is. Watch him going around. Oh.
The trolling motor, around the trolling motor.
He shot off the bed, right off the bed. Look at that. This is one of the only fish we've seen on the bed.
So far, yeah.
You went to that grub, and I'll tell you what.
Come on, buddy. Nice.
Look at the length on this guy, huh?
Nice. Typical Quabbin largemouth.
Yep. Just
What I
moved
call
up
them
there.
the perfect specimen.
Look at the colors on that.
Okay.
Is that beautiful?
You know, the clear water and the healthy
Yeah.
water is really makes the largemouths pop.
And it's
so.
funny, the beds are just starting to get defined. Get him back in there. He's gonna shoot right back in. No harm, no foul.
There it goes. Nice.
Yeah, ice has been
Told you
officially
there was one
broken.
in here. Yeah. Right.
Ice has been broken.
Yeah, normally I would keep a grub tied just for those circumstances
right.
where you know, it's just so windy today. I didn't think there'd be any real opportunity to do that.
How many actual acres of is Quabbin?
So the surface area of Quabbin is 25,000 acres, but about 10,000 of it is roped off by the barrel line.
Yeah.
So the southern end, 10,000 acres is off limits. And then what everybody knows is the canyon side is going to be about 6,000 acres.
Yeah.
Practically, you cannot get there from here because you would have to cross the barrel line.
You're right.
So that leaves us up here about 8,000 acres to fish on the northern end, you know. The state has given us names for all of the islands, Mount El and these Snell Island. But these coves, if I say go to Turtleman Cove, nobody knows where that is. That's my cove.
Yeah.
I have a lunch cove, I have Turtleman Cove, I have the cliff, I have what I call the backside. Nobody knows what that is because they all got their own name for it. Yeah, all of these little things make it very personal, you know, like you're a very personal lake, even though it's so big and so public. Looked like a smallmouth.
Yeah, it did.
There
Here he is. He's on it. I went back to that bed, and he must have come
Nice.
right off of it.
Nice.
So, guys, we've had wind blowing. They said 7 to 10. I think we're looking at 15 to 20.
15 to 20, you know.
You know? And we just came off this point. One of the things that Dave did is he said, just anytime you have a bed, throw at it.
On the small side of average, actually, too, so that makes you feel better about tomorrow.
That feels good. That makes me feel better.
You want a net? Or?
I'm gonna go in and just slide him right in. Here we go. Woo! I'll tell you what. You know, it's funny, you were talking about the different beds and moving along in here, and we're kind of getting pushed along, Dave, with the wind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's the wind is a definite disadvantage this time of year, but like I say, if you see a bed, you definitely want to throw towards it.
Beautiful fish. This is the color that, you know, especially this time of year, the color's just gorgeous, isn't it?
He's pretty lit up in his prettiest colors in spring. They don't get real dark. They don't go real deep, so they tend to keep their light color up
Yeah.
there. Down the other
Beautiful
end, they're
fish.
a lot darker.
Today was a bonus day, or this morning I should say is a bonus day. With the wind, we knew it was going to be tough sledding, but got a couple of fish.
Awesome.
Here we go.
I'm so happy you got one now. Now the pressure's off.
When you look at the Quabbin coming in where we did, we're up in the very northern tip of the Quabbin. This is God's place. This is God's country
think
right
so.
here.
I
It
really do think
truly
so,
is.
yeah.
Look at this.
You know, a loss to the people in the 30s, but it's certainly an asset for us
Yeah.
today, you know. And
You know what? For when we were talking about how many families were displaced
Yeah.
in order to make the Quabbin, with 4 towns that were taken over to make the Quabbin. You know, you tip your cap to the fact that you have this today.
I agree.
For
I
those
agree.
families and what they gave up.
So what they gave up, we try to take care of it now,
Yeah.
you know, and keep it as nice as it is. So I think that's the only way you can really honor those towns and those people is to take what was left of it and you know,
I couldn't agree
keep
more.
it nice. So.
Now, Dave, when you head out like this, what are you looking for when we're fishing, right? Obviously, smallies, we're probably that pre-spawn coming into the spawn right now. Their beds are being cleared out.
Yeah.
And they're setting up. What are you looking for as far as how you're targeting and what areas?
Here at Quabbin, the hilly terrain around here has an awful lot of steep banks and a lot of stair steps and stuff. And what I do is try to target that zone where it turns from 4 to 5 feet to say 10 to 12 feet.
So those drop-offs, right
Most
on the
of the
edge, right on the
drop-offs,
cuts.
and you'll find on the lip of these drop-offs that have the right combination of softball-sized rock and gravel.
Yep.
You'll find smallmouths making nests along these lips and on the ends of the points. So
They don't really want to deal with all that mud and silt.
They don't. No, the mud, the silt, and even the aquatic vegetation
They know that
it's a
they're-
know for the smallmouth.
They know the eggs are going to get lost. And it's going to be harder for them to be
They
fertilized.
like a nice clean
Yeah.
bottom, and they like it to be, you know, in an area where it's going to get a lot of sun. So
I have fished out here before, and the one thing that I've always noticed is how clean the water is. And especially on a day like today, we should be able to see those drop-offs.
I believe we'll be
you know,
able to
each
very
coast
clearly
is
see
on,
them.
polarized. We should
Right.
be able to see those drop-offs.
Right, and the clear water here is very advantageous to seeing not only the drop-offs and the green.
But
I
we're
call it the
actually-
green water.
Yeah.
But I believe we're going to
see
see
spot fish.
on their beds. Yeah, and I would ask anybody that comes out here to do this, let the fish go right away.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they are protecting their babies. They're protecting our future. They're not to be carried around, put into a live well,
Yeah, no, I agree
released
with
on
that.
the other side of the lake. Really, really, truly. If you come out here and catch them, please just let them go.
Because
when
if
you're
they
done.
just drop their eggs,
Nicely.
or the male's
Yeah.
trying to,
You know, the
fertilize
defending
them,
fry,
right?
or any of those
Exactly it.
situations, it's crucial that they are
They
able
have a
to
chance
survive
to-
and get right back to business. So, myself, I give them a little kiss on the head and tell them, hey, get back to work. You're
I
busy.
like-
You got stuff to do.
This is beautiful, Turtle Man.
It is. This is what I wanted you to see
Yeah,
yesterday.
this is beautiful.
Right where we're at is about where this drops off into the really deeper water. It's like 38 feet here. But about 10 feet in, it's going to be 15 feet deep.
Wow, so that's
And
what
that's
look
where,
at the beds all
and there'll
through
be,
here.
from here all the way to the bank, there'll be a scattering of nests. And with no boats on it right now,
That's excellent. Oh yeah, there's your big cut.
and we just
Big
went to
drop.
26, 25, and it's going to rapidly get shallower here. So you can start to see the bottom right about here.
There's one up ahead of you there.
Yeah, that's one. We'll really start to see them here. And
Ooh, it looks
if
like
we're
there's
lucky,
a fish
this
in
is
it
the
too.
windiest it's going to be today.
This looks like there's a fish in it. You see it dark?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna throw it. Oh, there's another one
There's
too.
one here, and then there's one here. So I'm gonna, there you go. I'm gonna slide up on them and see what happens.
That one looks like it's got a fish on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, we should be. Oh yeah, I see him. He's right there.
You see him?
Yeah.
I saw him out ways out or on
See?
top.
Those are the ones that may have been caught, right? Like
Yeah.
in the last couple hours. Usually when they're like that, they come right up on it, grab it, boom, you get them. So we'll see more of those.
Look at that. Oh, he's going. He's got it. He's picking it up. He just picked it up.
There he is.
Turtle Man, I saw the whole thing live.
Come on, right in front of me here. Come on up.
I see it.
This is more of our average size fish.
That
right
is
here.
beautiful,
That's
isn't
it.
it?
Yeah, if you can get your grub right into the middle of that nest. We're just putting a heavier jig head on so that we can get down to the bottom a little bit quicker. It's a little easier too to hold it on the middle of a nest if you have a bit heavier jig head. So, and again, totally against the smallmouth tradition as far as small is best. At this time of the year, big's better.
Like you said, it's crazy how he's protecting two nests.
Yeah, he seems to like.
He's like, this is
Seems
my
to think he
neighbor.
owns them both, right?
Look at these. They all have like 2 or 3 nests.
Come on, buddy. I know you're there. You're looking at it. See the fit come off? He's right in the middle of the two right now. Let's say, don't be discouraged by the ones that aren't biting. We will find the ones.
This guy's biting.
Ho, ho, ho! Yeah, see, you're feeling them. That's not fair.
I'm gonna walk him right over your shoulder, Turtleman. For a second, I thought he threw my thing, and I'm seeing yours in the water.
Just kidding.
That's awesome, huh? Gorgeous fish, beautiful. Guys fishing the Quabbin right now. This is spawn, pre-spawn. These fish are just moved in. Beautiful smallies. Look at that guy, huh? We're gonna get this one right back in the water. You can see the fins are up. I absolutely love the color, which they're gonna hold because they're sitting over sand and gravel the whole time.
Yeah, they really do blend in nicely with it too. So.
Is that gorgeous? Man, this is the Quabbin at its best right here. And so many people come out here for the salmon and the trout.
They do.
Give me these smallies
They do.
any
There's
day.
a big focus on the cold water species, which, you know, it's always been fine with me because I fish for bass.
This leaves the bass and Turtleman.
Yeah.
Look at this one. You go right back to your bed. And thank you for playing. Turtleman, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
I say we go back around. We got some really flat water. We'll do this drift one more time. We'll just keep moving.
Okay.
This is the one right here that we wanted. This guy was protected too.
Yeah, the double nest, right.
It's an
All right, we'll come back and drift on him. This one right there.
There it is. Not only is it, you know, God's country up here on the Quabbin, the fishing and the water clarity makes it such that with these glasses, you can see down 15, 20 feet. You can see the beds. You can see them kind of fishing the edge of them. We haven't been really at it much more than 10 or 15 minutes. We've got two beautiful smallies. Another one on the bed there.
Yeah. Did he follow that?
He's following the boat.
Going for his third bite.
There it is. He's got the tail. He's working his way up. The tail's gone.
Yeah, he already ate my tail.
Oh, it's awesome. Oh, like the tail is gone.
Yeah, he already ate my tail. So woo. He's a little guy. Come on. All right, yeah, let's get back to that big guy on the double nest over there. So.
Look at that.
Finally.
The same one? Nice.
That's that one from the double nest.
That's the one?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Beautiful fish.
I'm just going to show you. That's a good one.
Oh, that's beautiful, huh?
Okay.
That is a beautiful fish. Look at the colors on that. Just gorgeous.
Probably pushing 3 pounds or so. Thank you, buddy. Go back to work.
When you look at the surrounding landscape and everything in here, it just feels like you're in, like, I don't know, Brunswick, Canada or something that's just so untainted.
It's you know, I've described it as New Hampshire-like, but you're more accurate to say those shield waters because there's no houses.
It almost feels like something you would find, like when we would go to Prince Edward Island, you'd cut through New Brunswick, you know, up in Canada, and you're going through there and you just, like, you go off the beaten path a mile and you feel like you're into something like this. It's amazing.
My outing with Dave is about more than smallmouth bass. It's a celebration of a life lived passionately and a chance to reflect on how fishing can mean so much more than the pursuit of fish.
The thing that really spoke to me on your email to me is not only the hard time you've gone through with battling cancer over the last 2 years, but really how this has kind of become your safe haven. How this is, I think the word you used was, this is my church.
This is my church. It's become the place, one of the only places that I can forget that I'm sick, which is nice because it's hard to forget you're sick, especially when you're home a lot.
What was it, 2 years ago you were
It was
done?
2 years I got diagnosed, and this place has definitely taken the place of church for me, as far as being able to talk to God, make a plan for what's happening, you know.
And you know what it is that if people don't understand, they honestly sometimes don't understand when you're out here what it means to have this opportunity. We take it for granted sometimes. You said earlier when we were fishing that you were like, sometimes, Chris, I got to be honest with you, I take this thing for granted. But the fact that you get to come out here, this is heaven on earth.
If you said to me, Dave, what's your picture of heaven for real? This would be very, very similar to this. So these are the last memories I'm going to make, then I'm going to make them here. You know, they're going to be good ones.
I know that we had an opportunity when you were talking about Turtleman, where your name came from.
Very early on, 2003, when I started fishing here, I found myself in the back of a very shallow, bassy cove, and happened to look up, and on the shore was a truly massive snapping turtle shell that a bear had scraped the guts out of, and it was all dry, and it was perfect shape. And I saw it, and I know that one of the rules at Quabbin is take only memories, leave only footprints, and you're not allowed to take any of the natural things you find. I had brought it to the guys up at the rental shack and said, I know I can't have this, but can you guys? And they were like, oh yeah, we'll go ahead, and we're gonna varnish it, and we're gonna finish it, and we're gonna mount it on the door, and it's gonna be great. And yeah, after about a month of me pestering them over the, where's my turtle shell, where's my turtle shell, they started going, oh boy, here comes the Turtleman. And then that turned into, hey, it's the Turtleman, and then eventually it just became, hey, Turtleman. So subsequent generations of workers I've been introduced to them at first reluctantly.
20 years.
At first reluctantly and now happily as the Turtleman. So it was bestowed upon me, and it took a long time, but I finally embraced it, and it's a great story to have for people. So
I got it. You gave it.
A lot of times I tell people, if you tell them you know the Turtleman, you tell them he's a legendary Quabbin angler.
That's exactly it. That's how it's going to be for us. And the nice thing is, we're not done catching fish yet. We're going to be in Turtle Cove. The only thing is, I have to put a blindfold on. That's what I was told.
Show you where it is.
I can never come back to this spot.
Motors on, eyes closed.
There it is.
Hey, look in the water right next to you guys. Look at that snapping turtle.
Look at the snapping. Look, to the left. Turtleman. He's coming to say, he's coming to pay his respect. He wants you to sign. I was going to say, he wants you to sign his shell. Now, Turtleman, is there any chance that, like, after 20 years of being a Turtleman, that you can actually talk to the turtles and bring them to the boat?
I've been known to be able to summon them up with TSP, Turtle Sensory Perception.
So if we're out here and we get into an area that you think there might be turtles, is it a vibe you put on?
Generally, I'm going to vibe them away from the boat so we can fish. But I can ask one, to show itself.
Just for the camera? Is there any chance you can do that?
It was inspiring to see how Dave's diagnosis intensified his appreciation for every precious moment spent on the Quabbin's tranquil waters. It is a reminder for all of us to slow down and appreciate every cast until the day we make our last cast.